Hello everybody, Dead Spikes here, and today I'm going to be showing you my Mist Dancer build, or Stabbomancer and Spore Warden build, and it is a Chaos level 20 build. So, before we go over the full build, I just want to show you a little bit of this build in Chaos Chamber. I'm very proud of this build. It got me up to Chaos 20 no problem at all, and it clears all the Chaos 20s without an issue. I have never even failed one so far. It's a lot of fun, and I've been able to kill every single boss with it too, which is great. So it does both things solo pretty easily. Now it gets really crazy, and I love it. I love how much damage this does. We're just going to show a little bit of mob in here, and then we're going to take it over to a boss and show you that as well. So this weapon right here, I accidentally found out was absolutely amazing. It's a weapon that relies on crits, and the fadeaway like skill that Stabbomancer has makes it just be really, really crazy and deal a lot of damage. Alright, let's kill these guys. These were kind of good things to show you guys on too, because they're quite tanky. Alright, so watch when I pop this. You know how tanky a witch doctor is. Look at how fast he goes down. Just like nothing. It's insane. Where do we got some more ads at? Okay, there's one there. Cast a few spells and take him down. Okay, so we got a badass over there on the left. We're gonna keep him alive for a second till we get our ult, and then we're gonna show off some more damage to him again. So we got a badass troll. Again, these enemies are quite tanky. So, let's get her done. And look at that, we almost just destroyed him in a second. Oh, this is amazing. Let's get a few more kills here. Okay, and that's the encounter clear. So I don't want to do this whole thing because it would take too long. So let's go do a boss kill, and then we'll go over the full build. Alright, now to show you this baby on a boss. We have Parasite here. Perfect target. He doesn't move around a whole lot. Let's just see what we can do. Alright, we got that shield a little bit over halfway down. We get in there. Okay, we can do our super damage now. The shield is off, so now it's just his health bar and his bones. Work on him a little bit until we get our ult back again. And now we're on final stage. Trying to get us down here. We got our ult again. And bang, there you go. That is Parasite on C20. Now let's go over the build. Alright, I hope you enjoyed those boss kills and mob killing. I enjoy this build a lot. Like I said, it does do C20 pretty easily. So we'll just go over everything we have. Obviously we have a lot of legendaries we have been farming a lot. And I unfortunately don't know where all of these come from at this point in time because the game is still in an early state and not all of these have been found yet. So, we will go over what we have. So, you saw this crazy shock weapon. It took down Parasite's armor pretty quick, or shield pretty quick. We're using the live wire of the treetops. I love this weapon a lot. It's my favorite shock weapon in the game, and it does a lot of work. It works on all the bosses that have shields, and it breaks them pretty frequently. As for our second weapon, this is like our super cheese weapon. It does so much freaking damage. It is insane. This isn't even a chaos version yet. I hope to get a chaos version at some point here. But basically the way this weapon works is it only has one shot in the magazine, and if you crit that, you get the shot back, and it just has really high damage per shot. So when you go into the super of the Stabbomancer, you get only crits, and it just lets you infinitely fireless into things and do ridiculous damage. I found this out on accident, and this is the best part of this build. If you want to do this build, this is the #1 weapon you need. This is the weapon that carried me up to C20, and I was able to farm out the rest of these weapons. I didn't have any of these until after I was farming with this weapon, so hopefully you can get your hands on one of these, have someone dupe them for you. You even message me on my Discord, and I might be able to hook you up with one. But this baby with Stabbomancer Spore Warden is going to let you get all the way up to C20 fine. Now we'll keep going with the build. Next we have the Blazing Volley of the Deep. I hope to get all of these volatile or chaotic at some point, but right now they're just standard, at which you see they do work on their standard styles. Venomous Wizard's Pipe of Unseen Depths. This works on corrosive enemies, like that dragon breathing boss that sits still, like Agonizer. It kills him pretty quickly. This weapon's amazing. I can't wait to get an upgraded version of it. As for our weapon, our melee weapon, we don't exactly have the perfect one that we want, but we made sure to get the enchantment on it that we want. And what I would like is to see Echo on the bottom. Echo is the bottom perk, which is when you hit something, it'll deal 10% of the non-melee damage you dealt in the last 10 seconds, which would be great for after you click your ult. You could melee something and deal 10% of that damage. Alright, now we'll move on to our rings. We don't have very good rings here. We just made sure we had high gun damage on it, but preferably you have some of those bottom stats towards pistol damage or SMG damage or movement speed or gun damage or something. The shields we are using, we switch between two different shields. We use this one right here, which I like a lot, because when you're down it helps you. This enchantment on it's pretty neat too. This isn't exactly the one I'd recommend, but it's pretty cool. When your health's below 50%, regenerate 5% health, and you also gain 30% weapon damage, or damage dealt when it's below. And then when this shield's broken, you deal 100% increased damage to nearby enemies, which is great while you're down. You just crawl over to something and shoot at them. The other shield I started using is the triggering body rune. When you kill an enemy, restore 15% of your maximum health and deal 20% bonus fire damage for a short duration. Since most enemies are flesh, you stack that with a Blazing Volley of the Deep, and it works pretty good. Next is our class mod. You just want to try to get something with Stabbomancer and Spore Warden. I actually got pretty lucky on the rolls here. The only thing I would change is the spell critical chance. I'd probably switch that to something like SMG damage or gun crit damage. The top perks could be changed out a little bit too, but that's okay. As for our necklace here, we want to make sure to be running this. The rolls on the top don't matter, but you really want that bottom roll where whenever you cast a spell, you get your action skill cooldown by 20%. It helps you get your action skill back really fast, so you can keep spamming that pistol like you seen when I was doing ad clear. As for spell, you want to get the spell with the lowest cooldown possible. This is the lowest cooldown spell that I've found, and it's also a fire and for grit, which is great, so you don't need to accidentally hold it or anything. It's amazing. Plus, when you score critical hits, you get your cooldown back. This is 100% the spell I would recommend, because it also can heal you a little bit, being that it is dark magic. Now that's the full build there. The only other weapon that I use that you don't see on me right now is the Nightshade right here, the Snowballing Nightshade. It's just amazing for clearing bone style enemies. Alright, next we will go into our skills. Here's our full skill trees. We're running Stabbomancer and Spore Warden together, and we are using From the Shadows as our action skill. This is just basically max damage put together here for gun damage and just damage dealt in general. Something to keep note of is haste. When you proc your spell, you get increased movement speed, which is really, really good, because you stack your damage based off of your movement speed. Another thing to note, I forgot to in inventory, is enchantments don't stack, so make sure to be running different ones in each of your slots. Don't be running the same one anywhere. Okay, and the last thing we'll go over is our hero stats. Here's what I'm running. So I maxed strength out to as high as I could, and then I maxed attunement out to as much as I could. And then we put the rest into dexterity just for some crit chance. You can see my luck here is pretty crazy, 30,000. I went and got all the lucky dice today. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's the whole build there. Yeah, not much more I need to go over. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Otherwise, I would prefer you to message me in my Discord. I respond a hell of a lot quicker there. If you guys want to see some more builds or tutorials like this, make sure to smack that subscribe button. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. This is Bikes out.